Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering fuego releases from ATEEZ, April, Kang Daniel, and GIDLE. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including Blackpink in your area, and Mnet's Kingdom cancelled for 2020. So prepare your body, get out that drum, because we gon' get DUMDi DUMDi. Hit me with that intro! Hey, what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 98, and we're recording for the second time on August 3rd, 2020. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
I apologize for making it the second recording. Hello, everybody.
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on iTunes, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. Sub to the SojuTalk YouTube channel, join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the SojuTalk Nation. Links down below. I am wearing a headband today. It looks weird. Mm-hmm. I might be a sushi chef today.
I think you look great, man.
As I've said, the aircon on this floor of our house is like not working, right? If I don't wear this, it's going to be a bad look. I know it's a bad look overall in general.
Hey,
I am. But
hey, no. I think you look like a handsome sushi chef. I would like to order some onigiris, please. Irashaimase, my friend.
Irozaimasen. But in terms of announcements, the reason we're recording again is because Warren messed up this announcement. But Warren, give it to us this time.
All right. I am once again asking for your help. We're hitting 100 episodes soon, Kind of exciting. 2 years mark. Kind of exciting. But I wanted to hear from you guys, listeners, our Discord people. I wanted to hear from you guys a little bit. See how you guys feel. Get some feedback about the podcast and whatnot. So I set up a survey. The link is gonna be on our Discord. It's gonna be on our social media. It'll be on our comments in YouTube. So please go fill it out. If you don't want to look for all that, that's cool too. We also set up a custom link, tinyurl.com/SojuTalk. Again, that's tinyurl.com/SojuTalk. Come fill it out, and we'll talk about it around episode 100. See where we go. Kind of exciting, cool stuff. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you, Warren. But I believe so. We're gonna start episode 100. Well, we're gonna start season 3, which is going to be episode 100, which will be out on August 19th. But I believe that the 2-year anniversary of the podcast is either the 8th or the 9th. So it's this weekend. I'll make some kind of comment next week about that. But I might get a little mushy, so just get ready for that. But we are now at Part 1 of SojuTalk episode 98, where we discuss big new releases, take a quick rewind, and hit you with the music show winners. Let's get it. In terms of releases this week, we're going to be covering 4 of them. So back on Wednesday, July 29th, we had ATEEZ with Inception and April with Now or Never. And then today, on August 3rd, Monday, we had Kang Daniel with Who You Are and GIDLE with DUMDi DUMDi. But let's start at the top with ATEEZ Inception. So they are from KQ Entertainment. They debuted in 2018. Their last 3 songs were Answer, Wonderland, and Wave. I don't know why I'm like karate chopping through the air today.
You're the sushi chef.
But in terms of music show wins, they got 2 of them. So now let's talk about Inception. I want Anita to go first because she's the ATEEZ fan among us. I bought her an ATEEZ album when I was in Korea this past winter. So what do you think about Inception?
Okay, so there's some context for this comeback because similar to last year, they had like the fans decide which single was going to be the main track for this comeback. So last year was Wave and Illusion, and people chose Wave apparently. And then for this year, it was Inception and Thanks, I believe. So they did it again, and I thought it was very interesting that they decided to do like a fan vote for the single, the main track. And I felt like it was a little bit controversial around this time because of some controversy surrounding one of the rappers of the group, Hongjun. And I think people voted in a specific way, maybe just to not have a certain scandal be brought up again during promotions. And I don't know, it's very interesting that they chose the fans.
I'm gonna hold you for a second.
Well, yeah, you can't just mention it and not mention it.
I know you could say it like as little as you want, but what is the general gist of what happened?
So apparently, I didn't follow it too closely either, but apparently KQ released some like teaser photos, right? And the hairstyle of the rapper Hongjung, of the leader as well of the group. It was a little bit controversial because some people were saying that it kind of came off as a cultural appropriation, you know.
That makes sense.
And-
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I kind of get it. Like the fans didn't want to get into it, and I think KQ also released a statement apologizing, and I can see why they might not be pushing to use that material or to maybe connect the group with that promotion idea they had going on. But I did listen to the other song, Thanks, and it almost felt like it was a little bit more in line with their previous stuff. I mean, like before Answer. I would say more towards like Wonderland,
Okay.
Pirate King, I would say. So it was interesting they went with this one, but I understand why. And I don't know. I feel like ATEEZ has been going on with a lot of lore. And at this point, I'm getting a little confused. Even though I have some idea of what the story is, I'm getting a little confused too because they up until Answer, they had a storyline of like pirates, right? The Pirate King, which was their debut, and this idea of like there being two versions of themselves.
Right.
And for this song and for this music video, it was a little confusing because I feel like they're kind of adding a different storyline to this, like a different a different aspect of this. But
as far as I understand, up until the last comeback was like the Treasure series,
right.
and this is like the beginning of a new series, like called Fever.
It almost feels like that, but I found it really interesting because I felt like they were very committed to the whole Pirate King storyline they had built from debut, and some people are still saying that this is in relation to that, but it's getting more confusing to me visually to connect the two aspects that they are doing now, and I feel like also musically with this song they're switching some stuff up, and it almost feels like they're going in like an earlier aspect of a boy group with the school uniforms and like the settings that they've got going on, because I feel like I've always associated like the school uniforms and the that kind of outfit to be more of like the earlier stage of a group in my opinion. Yeah.
Right. The boys kind of vibe, like,
yeah, kind of
Do
exuding
you
a more
like
youthful.
this? You've given us the background. Do you like this song though? That's the crux of the argument.
Right, yeah. Stop beating around the bush. Do you enjoy the bush?
I don't think she does, based on everything she said.
Oh, to be honest, I feel like I've listened to it. I've watched the choreography, the live stages, and I like it more than Answer. I'll say that. This is definitely more in the direction.
100% agree. I 100% agree with that.
I like it more than Answer. I feel like it's going more into the older direction, but not quite. It's a little different. I feel like it gets more confusing for me knowing that I was expecting a different storyline, even though there were teasers coming up and they kind of prepared the fans, I guess, to this whole different aspect of the story they built. It kind of threw me off, I'll be honest.
Okay. Here's what I'll say, based on what you've said so far.
Yes.
You've been talking a lot about the story, the plot, the concept, and the lore. When that is the major thing we're talking about here, I think that's a clear indicator that the song fails to sell itself on its own. This is all we got to talk about. This is what it is. There's not enough meat where the meat should be, and the meat is elsewhere.
Especially for people like us who are casual ATEEZ fans, right? Like we don't know any of this background stuff, right? We're here for the song itself. I feel no, keep going, Warren. You're on the correct vein here. Keep going.
Because I think of ATEEZ, I'm like, all right, there were some clones, there were some people in black fedoras.
Right.
Fedoras, my goodness. And like I don't remember that quite clearly. I guess it's in my brain somewhere. But I go into this and I'm like, It's a pretty cool music video. Not sure how
Yeah.
it relates with the previous stuff. Not sure if I'm missing
Right.
out anything, but like at the same time, it's like all there is, you know.
Did you like that the dance break was early in the song relative? Because you know how dance breaks are normally towards the end. This one was after the first verse.
right,
or
right.
first chorus.
First chorus, right? No, that
Yeah.
was enjoyable. I think it flowed quite well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it didn't break off anything.
I think that was the best part of the whole song. Was that?
that and like, I don't know what his name is, but like the guy with the thick voice, the rapper.
Minky.
You know who I'm talking about? Is it Mingy? Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's rapping with the autotune, like good autotune.
Oh,
Good
okay.
autotune.
I thought
Good
you were
autotune.
going to say something that you didn't like his rap because you've said
No,
that
no.
before.
See, the thing is, once the autotune is there, it becomes
Yeah.
very enjoyable because it becomes
I
kind
agree.
of melodic, very smooth. You know, it's like rich, dark chocolate, rich. You know,
Oh,
like,
okay.
to fit in. You know, good kind
So-
of good stuff.
I thought that the sets were cool. I thought that specifically
Yeah.
the use of water in the classroom. I thought that was cool.
Oh, that was
The
dope.
water
I did-
fire thing, yeah.
I did think though that the LED/green screen on the ceiling, I don't know what that was. I thought that was a little like too fake looking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a little bit too much. I think ATEEZ is one of those groups. When you subtract out Wave, right, everything's sort of a dark concept, minus Wave, for the most part, right? I would say.
Yeah, kind of.
Illusion, like the summer releases they had last year were pretty bright, yeah.
But I'm saying that yeah, other than like they have a couple outliers, but their general tone is dark, right? I think.
Yeah, generally.
The main thing that why I think ATEEZ is good is because they got their normal thing is that their songs feel big, substantial.
Intense.
Like there's some big thing going on, right? It's
epic.
Like same yeah, they have these epic themes going on. The main thing about those and why they're so good is because they border on iconic territory because they're super memorable for certain things. Like Say My Name chorus is ridiculous, right?
Yes.
The problem with this song is there's no big thing to latch onto. That's what I think is the issue with this song.
I would agree with that.
And that's why I was like, I think what they're doing is fine. They're obviously very skilled. Like they have a cool thing going on. But when I think about this song, there's nothing I specifically latch onto and remember as like this is that Inception thing, right? That's my big problem with this song. I don't know. I think it's still good. I don't think it's bad by any
yeah.
means.
I don't think it's bad. Yeah.
I'm missing the thing to grab onto.
Can I say? I feel like we're wrapping up soon, but I want to say one more thing real quick.
Okay.
The guy in the pink hair, his name is Junho, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. The way
Yes.
his like marine uniform,
Yeah.
he has like a marine thing going on with like
Sailor
the little, right,
top,
the sailor
yeah.
outfit. I don't know if I like that. It feels very weird. Just everything else kind of flew by and like it was like very smooth. But like that outfit, every time I saw it, I was like, man, something bugs me about that outfit. Am I the only one?
No, I that's what I meant by the uniform, like the schoolboy uniform type of outfit they had going on, because it seemed kind of odd knowing the whole lore that they got going on, and then I don't know, it seems
not
a
even
little
the
odd.
lore. It just felt like it didn't fit him well, like physically, like it kind of looked
Oh.
small, like.
Oh,
No, I'm not saying he's overweight or anything. Just like they literally got a size that's a little too small for him. Like,
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because I don't specifically remember.
yeah, I might be just tripping with the.
I have problems with the costumes of the next song though. So do we want to transition?
All right, yeah, let's move.
You know, I think overall our consensus is this is good from ATEEZ, but not great, right? I think that's the overall feeling we're getting.
It was enjoyable. I'll say that.
Would you agree with that, Anita?
yeah. I feel like I'll definitely be listening to this song more than Answer, because I was really not feeling Answer when it came out, and I kind of still don't. But this one, in connection to their new lore, and the co-single Thanks, it's definitely more in line with what I thought ATEEZ would be doing. So I will definitely be checking this out more.
Okay, let's move on to the second song. April's Now or Never. So they are from DSP, not DPS. I don't know what I wrote there. They debuted in 2015. Last three songs were La La Li La La, Oh My Mistake, and The Bluebird. Zero music show wins so far. This is a summer song. 100%.
I had no clue. Oh man, yeah.
Very
100%.
clearly.
This is the most like summery thing possible, right?
Yep.
I thought that this song sounded like Bingo Bangle from AOA.
I think I can see that as well visually.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, I was a massive fan of La La Li La La. So much that I think like a month ago I included it in my top 5 favorite songs of the year so far. It was in there.
You wild man.
This is not La La Li La La. I think this is, you know how I've been talking about summer songs the last couple months, I would say. This is one of those songs that, for me, it's just like, I find it hard to judge because clearly they're just going for a fun summer song, which they accomplish, right? But would I say this adds to their catalog of songs and boosts their popularity? I can't see that happening with this one.
Okay.
Maybe it's just
I
me,
can
though.
see that. No, I don't think it's just you.
Really?
Okay, in terms of the outfits, what I was gonna mention is, there's a couple girls. Who am I to judge, right? I have terrible fashion sense, but there's a couple girls in these short shorts that I thought look either like bloomers or diapers.
Oh.
And the funny thing is, I talked to Warren before the podcast. He also mentioned the same exact thing.
Wow, really? I didn't notice it.
I'm looking at a picture right now. The girl in red hair with the bodysuit, the one suit.
And then it's also the main girl, Naeun. Those are the two girls, I believe.
Yeah, I think they were going for like a sexy look, you know. I don't know. It just looks like adult diapers to me. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible. I just have a clear I'm sorry.
No, okay. Okay. This is just a joke, guys. We don't think that, like this. I actually like the overall theming of this music video, though. I think it's fun. I think it's summery.
It's fun.
But with most summer songs for me, although there's a summer song we're gonna talk about towards the end, which I really like, but with most summer songs, I feel like they have a high floor, but also a low ceiling. Do you know what I mean by that? Where like
yeah.
It's very hard to mess up a summer song, but at the same time, I think very few of them accomplish raising the popularity of the group. But that's just me. What do you guys think of this song?
I actually kind of like this quite a bit. I think it's very catchy, and I was mentioning this before we started recording, but parts of the chorus and instrumentation, I think, reminded me of Sistar, I believe, Touch My Body, I want to say. I think there was some parts where it's like a brass instrument or something, some addition of brass. And I feel like, as a lot of people might know who have been listening to K-pop, Sistar was known for their summer songs. Like, they were pretty big. And I feel like they were kind of recreating or trying to recreate that with this type of sound that they're going for. I also want to say that for the music video, most of the time, it made sense. Like, there's a lot of like beach scenes and pool scenes, so it's very much trying to be sold as a summer song. But I noticed that for some of the filter that they use for the filming of the video, it felt very cool and then warm. I don't know. I think it might have just been me, but I felt like it was a little interesting that I've noticed this with other music videos as well, where when it's supposed to be a very summery song, the lighting doesn't feel warm. It's quite cool, like blue tones in there as well. But the imagery still sells it as summer, so it's a very interesting comparison, I think, to add the cool tones with the very summer warm imagery.
You mentioned how like this kind of sounds like a Sistar song, right?
Yes.
I totally agree with you on that. Except my argument regarding those kinds of things is, if I want to listen to a Sistar song, I will listen to a Sistar song. I wouldn't look up April to look for a Sistar song. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah. That being said, it's catchy, it's fun, it's alright. It's like I think the brass was a little messy sounding,
Okay, that's one of my points here. I thought that the chorus had so many sound effects going on, like
it's
too
a little
many.
messy.
Yeah.
Like,
I was wondering if you were gonna say that as well.
Play the sax all you want, just just the sax or something, like, or mix it properly. I don't know. It was kind of messy to listen to, but like overall, it was. There were these little things that kind of bugged me here and there, right? Like the mixing with the brass, like you mentioned, the diapers in the music video. Like in general, it was like it was a fun ride. Then I'm like, what? I don't know. I did that. I guess it's a fun ride, I think it's a bop. It's a bop. It is. If it comes up on my playlist, I won't skip it. Like I'm not staring at what people are wearing when I'm listening to it, but at the same time,
as
I'm
critical as I am of the songs this week, I like all 4 of the songs to varying degrees.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think any of the songs are like straight up bad. I don't know. Maybe I also saw a lot of people comparing this to La La Li La La because the overall consensus is that La La Li La La was way superior to this one. At least that's what people are on YouTube comments. I saw a couple Reddit comments, things like that. Everyone, and the thing is, it's like that thing with summer songs. A lot of people just give them a free pass because they're a summer song, right? They're like, oh, it's a summer song. You know what I mean? At the same time, for me, it's like, shouldn't we be striving for more? That's my argument.
I mean, my problem is my kind of argument going off of that is that like I when I think of April, I don't know what to think of. I think I know Naeun is in there. That's about it.
They're pushing her a lot, yeah.
Yeah, like like what was before La La Li La. There was this punk thing, like they need to figure out One Direction. One Direction, my goodness. They need to figure out a direction, commit to it, and then go off of it. Like right now, I there's no image that comes to my mind when people say April.
I agree because Oh My Mistake was a very, I wouldn't call it bubblegum, but it was an upbeat song. La La Li La La was like a Uju Sonyo says Gongwon Sonyo-esque space song.
Yeah.
And then now we have a pure summer song. So if you look at the last 3 songs, they're all very different from each other. And I agree that there's not a clear path right now. And the thing is, none of those songs really are terrible. It's just
No.
I feel that they still need to establish a sound because Naeun's very popular right now. She's on a lot of variety things, and they need to capitalize on that and transition it into more mainstream success. But because there's not a musical identity, it's going to be hard to do that at the moment, I think.
Yeah, like
I think that summed that up pretty well. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next song. The third one, Kang Daniel's Who You Are. So he is from Connect, where he is the CEO. He debuted in 2017 with 101. Last 3 songs were the one from last week, Waves, To You, and Touching. He has 49 music show wins with 101, 7 as a solo artist. Can I just start off with a hot take?
All right.
okay.
Waves is a superior song to this one.
Oh.
Now,
In what way?
just something about this music video didn't hit all the right buttons for me.
Visually, okay.
No, not visually, because obviously Kang Daniel, very good looking. You lucky, Gio, you lucky. Actually, he's lucky too. If we think about the converse,
They're both lucky.
Both very lucky.
Yeah.
I like the amount of choreo in this music video. I think that is this might be more of a choreo video than a true music video.
I would agree.
I
A
would
lot
agree.
of choreo stuff.
Yeah.
That being said, I think there are certain points where the choreo is really good, and then other points where I'm like, eh. And I watched it a bunch of times to figure out what it was about it. Kang Daniel's dancing style is very smooth and flowy, right? He flows like water, right? That kind of he has a lot of like flowing movements. Where I feel like this kind of song needed very strong, like powerful movements,
Sharper
things.
Yeah.
And
More strength.
I think that this is amplified by sometimes because he's singing the lines, the backup dancers are doing harder moves than he does.
I agree.
Okay, I noticed
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that took away from it. Because if you're going to go for a straight choreo video, he should be going ham the entire time. Maybe that's just me.
No,
What do
I
you think,
feel like-
Anita?
You should go, yeah.
I feel like I kind of agree with that because I did feel myself looking at the backup dancers when they were a little bit. I think there's a shot where they're like two of them are a little bit in front and they create like a window for him, right? And I agree. I feel like the backup dancers, of course, they're focusing on the choreo and they're going as hard as they can, but
Yeah.
in comparison, it might make the main artist, the person in the center, look a little not.
It's not bad though.
No,
right?
no, it's not bad. But the style is different. I do agree.
Because he's doing like dance singing, you know, like sing dancing, right? Where he
yeah.
has to sing the lines, deliver them, look at the
Yeah.
camera, look sexy. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like because they chose to make such a choreo heavy video, I'm looking for more. I'm looking at the choreo a lot, right? More than I would on a normal video. Because on a normal video, there's other things going on. There's some exposition. There's effects. There's weird things happening. But on this one, it's like this is literally meant for you to just watch Kang Daniel do his thing, right? I don't know. Overall, the song though, it's very catchy. I thought this one was. Going back to my original take, I know that in the Waves music video, which featured Simon D and Jamie, he wasn't like the most prominent thing in that music video because they really spread out the distribution a lot for that song, right? It was almost as if he was showing off his features. Something about that song just hit me harder though than this one.
Interesting. I would say that music. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say musically, I found it very interesting that I personally don't think any of his singles have really sounded like each other. I think they every time he comes back, they sound a little. It's a very different sound. And for this one, he really went in with what I would consider something that's very popular in the summer, which is like a very Latin reggaeton type beat. Yeah. And something about the instrumentation reminded me of a specific song that kind of blew up a couple I don't know how long ago, but it's not recent. It's J Balvin's Mi Gente, and I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like, oh, I feel like I haven't heard this type of sound in K-pop, I guess, recently, and it makes me feel like, is it still trendy to do this kind of sound nowadays? Because that's kind of the feeling that I had.
Look, I think it's fair to say that I'm a straight male. I think I'm generally attracted to women.
Okay.
However, you know, there are sometimes, like, I'm sure you agree, Doug, but like you see a guy and it's like, I can see why he's appealing, you know, like
guy crush.
Right.
Like
I like, you know, I see Sungwoo, I'm like, that is a sexy guy. I can see why, you know, people would fall for this guy. You know, like, I get that. I don't have that with Kang Daniel. I'm sorry.
What?
Oh.
Sorry, I got offended there.
Yeah, I know.
Look,
Look,
I got offended there. What?
it was to the degree I had to look up his name, look up Kang Daniel, appeal Kang Daniel 매력, see what people say. And a lot of it was saying, hey, he's like a big golden retriever off stage.
Yeah.
And he's this sexy guy on stage. I don't know what he's like off stage. I didn't watch Produce. I don't watch his V-Lives. But he is not this sexy man on stage. I am so sorry.
You know, on a like a lighter level, right? Not to the extent you're saying it. People in our Discord were saying that if you didn't watch Produce, there's a certain group of people who just don't see the appeal. Sort of in the boat that you're in. I've heard this argument before.
Yeah, like here's my appeal. Well, sorry, what my verdict with Kang Daniel with this song is not gonna change from the previous tracks. It doesn't seem like it's anything different from anybody else. It sounds very flat. His voice has no depth, no dynamic. It's very clean, a little too clean. Where it's like did Easy an AI robot here? Like there's no emotions. There's no depth to the voice. It's boring. I'm sorry. At the same time, if you're a fan, I can see why you would like this. But sadly, I'm not a fan, so there's not much going on.
I thought you were gonna go in the opposite direction. I thought you were gonna be like,
you were a fan.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh
no, I'm sorry.
I literally thought you were gonna say, you know, I'm a straight guy, but Kang Daniel could get it. I thought you were literally gonna.
I didn't mean to lead you on. I'm sorry.
In the first.
Sungwoo could get it though.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, he's a great man. I'm sure he has a great appeal to certain people, but like after listening to his EP like 5 times. I had it on loop. I was trying to figure it out. You know, like why do people like Kang Daniel? I was like, what got Gio to date him? I was trying to understand.
Okay.
But like,
Oh, that's
the
too-
only thing I remember from the EP was like Simon D and like Yumta and like Dawn. I'm sorry, like. So
Interesting. I did not expect that.
I
this
have a question though,
conversation
because
to go
Yeah.
I was wondering how you felt about the rap section in this song, because I thought it was really interesting that they did a little switch up where they switched the beat basically from the kind of Latin reggaeton type, and then in the rap section they just do more of a can I call it, I think it might have been trap type. They slow it down for sure.
Just trap. Yeah.
And I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was pretty interesting. I kind of liked that section the most out of the whole song.
Well, I think you know how like people like when people are like, why do you like K-pop? People are like, oh, you know, mixed in so many genres, you know.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
they always mix different genres. I would say this is the most common like example of mixing genres, like mixing like a slow trap beat with like with either like reggaeton based or like house based on 120 to 30 BPM kind of thing. I don't think it was anything too special. I frankly had to look up the part you were talking about real quick. I didn't remember that he was rapping. Oh, you know, I mean, like, if this was played at the party, I wouldn't, I wouldn't complain. Like, please don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad song.
how drunk would you have to be to jam to this?
I don't know. Like, I probably wouldn't remember it the next day.
Oh, okay. Wow.
All right.
But like, if
spicy.
like, but like, when I'm like, you know, like when I'm dancing, I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna suddenly stop and go like, bad DJ.
So the
DJ
energy
bad,
you think
know?
is pretty good then. It's just the execution.
The energy's all right, you know. Like,
Yeah.
actually, I don't even know about the energy, you know. Like,
Oh.
I'm sorry, like, you know, like, I don't. It really feels like a robot is singing sometimes. Feels very flat. Feels like it's half of the way he sings and half of the way they mix the vocal, because they compressed the heck out of this track. And you know that's all right. That's an artistic choice.
Okay, I didn't. I
but
kind of
not
like
something
this
I
one
get
though.
behind.
You too, Anita, right? I thought it was
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I didn't dislike it. I will say that I liked. I think it was To You more than
2
the
songs
last
ago,
two. Yeah. Because I don't know. I feel like that style suits Kang Daniel more. I think
That's more of like the Baekhyun style.
Yeah,
these
yeah. I
days.
think
Yeah.
it suits him very well, more so
Yeah.
than this. But I get it that maybe he was trying something different in this one. Specifically, also like I get it, like this type of beat, it makes sense in the summer because I feel like it's very popular in the summer. But yeah.
One more thing is like I do feel kind of bad because I feel like I'm repeating myself, but at the same time I do feel like one thing is, going off of what I said last week, Yukika's voice has clear limitations. There's not a lot of depth to her voice either. She's very fragile sounding voice. But the way they produced the song for her made sense. They played to that as a pro and then used that as an advantage. Kang Daniel is also kind of in that realm. He kind of has like a very like fragile boy sounding voice, not playing to his advantage here.
I think that is fair because at the end of Produce, which he won, he got first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were very confused because, well, specifically after 1-1 ended, because he was like a quote unquote rapper in the group, but he's not
Yeah.
known to be a fantastic rapper, right?
Yeah.
So I remember Anita and I talked about what is he going to do post 101. We've had
Yeah.
this conversation before.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like sub rapper parts, but he kind of showcased himself in the show Produce through his dancing. I think he
Yeah.
chose like that category as like that was his thing. So it did make it interesting once he went solo, and I do think I wouldn't say like his vocals are amazing. Like I wouldn't call him like the main vocalist of a group, but it definitely improved, or it showcased something that he didn't get to do in Produce.
I agree
But
with that.
yeah.
All right, let's move
Yes.
on to the next one. I did not
Oh.
expect Warren to dumpster this one as much, but
It's been a while since I've been spicy. It's been a quite an
okay,
experience.
yeah. I'm kind of taken aback. Let's
I'm
move on to
sorry.
the last song.
I apologize for all the KD fans.
GIDLE's DUMDi DUMDi. They are from Cube, debuted in 2018. Last 3 songs, Oh My God, Lion, 12 music show wins so far. I really like this song. Like,
Interesting.
really like this song. It is already, after, how long has it been out? Like, 18 hours or so?
Yeah.
Yeah, something
It's
like
already in my top 3 favorite GIDLE songs.
Oh.
Along with La Ta Ta, their debut, and Lion. And this one now. These are my 3 favorite songs. First thing, the intro of the music video is way too long. We do not need a minute and a half of exposition. Number 2, there's random English on the screen at the front, and they only there's like 2 long lines, and they hold it on the screen for 2 seconds.
I paused the video to read it, and it was quite, and like the wording of it was very intense, like souls and like an amazing transformation. I don't know. It was very. It set it up as if it was a quest for some reason.
When the sun strikes
And-
the heart of the desert,
And once
6 wandering souls come across each other.
right.
Yeah. I don't know, an outdated motel where human vestiges are barely traceable.
Yeah, the wording.
I would
What's
consider
Vestiges?
this. I would consider this a summer song, right? I think. That's
Yes, musically, definitely.
The one word that I kept on thinking throughout the entire time I was watching this, I watched this like 10 times, is fun. I thought this was very fun. This whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Mion, Cho Mion, whatever you want to call her. Oh my goodness, was this perfect for her? She's the girl who sings the chorus, if y'all don't know, right? She was so good in this song. Like,
Yes.
wow, I was so impressed by her. I knew she was a relatively skilled vocalist. She's also Tugs, who's one of our Discord moderators, bias. She's my bias in the group too. Shout out to Tugs. She killed this song, I thought. I don't know. I also thought, shout out to Cowgirl Yugi. I thought she was cute. Shout out to Minnie's pink hair. I like that as well. You know, sometimes I know that I'm pretty sure this is another Soyeon song. I'm almost positive it is.
Look it up.
Sometimes I think that her rap verses are so different than the vibes of the song, where it takes it out a little bit, takes you out of the immersion. I thought that the rap verse she did in this song fit the song's concept so well. And I want to give a big shout out to her. I thought that was amazing. Overall, I thought the line distribution was really fair, which sometimes is a problem with
Yes,
GIDLE songs.
I agree.
It was extremely fair this time. I thought that the chorus sounded and has the same chord progression as Born This Way by Lady Gaga.
Oh.
When I listened to the song for the first time, I was like, what does that Mion part sound like? And it took me 1 hour to figure out what song it was. Now, now that I've told you, go listen to the chorus of this song and go find the part in Born This Way. It's very similar.
I mean, there's a lot of songs that have that kind of like progression. I wouldn't say like this is like a unique similarity by any means, but I do see what you mean. There is very striking similarity.
I think that overall, this is a summer song that doesn't take away from their catalog of songs. I think this adds to it. It's showing a different side of them. I thought they executed it well. I thought this music video. The interesting thing is, because COVID's going on, there's no way they filmed this internationally. So they definitely had to build that motel somewhere in Korea. Even though it looks like a set piece that they would find in like the Nevada desert or something, right?
Yeah.
That being said, my favorite shot of the entire music video was the campfire thing at the end.
Oh.
That was pretty cool.
That was so smart. I haven't seen that before. I thought that was fantastic. Overall, I am a huge fan to the point that I don't think this will get certified spicy from the other 2 homies, but I would give it. Just let that be known.
Why would you assume I don't want to give it certified spicy?
Do you want to give it certified spicy?
I mean, I don't know, but like,
Okay.
I'm just saying, look, it was fun. It was a really fun song, and I think, in a lot of ways, it kind of reminded me of like the vibe of what was the Big Bang track? I wanna love it.
Morgetta.
Yeah.
F it, that one.
Yeah, F it. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that vibe, because like if you watch that music video, it feels very natural. It doesn't feel very artificial. It looks like they're like having fun. It looks like they're friends, chilling, doing songs together. That's the kind of vibe I got here. It felt, sure, of course, the whole thing is like acted, and like they figured out where they're gonna film everything, and everything is very intricately planned. But at the same time, it genuinely looks like they're having fun, You know, it really doesn't. A lot of one of the gripes I have with summer songs usually is that it feels like a 3-minute like photo shoot for these girls. You know, like we're like, you know, we're so pretty. Look at our faces. But like here, it looks like I'm partying with them. You know, like fun vibe. Fun party, campfire, you know, dance inside the motel, you know, like, you know, kind of dig that. Kind of felt like there was like a lot of depth here. I kind of dig that, you know, like you said, everything kind of flowed well. It was very well arranged. There's nothing to really complain about here. This is probably my favorite GIDLE track by far.
Wow,
Oh,
that's high praise.
interesting.
Wow,
I mean, I say that because there hasn't been one GIDLE track so far that we have been like this is it. Like, that hasn't happened to me so far. So far, when I listen to GIDLE songs, it's always been like, yeah, this is pretty fun. This is all right. No, I'm not the audience for it, but like here, I'm like, all right. I'm still probably not the audience, but I dig it. I'd get down. You know, like
I was
party time.
concerned when I saw some of the teaser images, specifically Yugi, because I thought this was going to be another kimchi western.
It kind of is.
That's kind of weird. Okay, I'll be honest. When the video started and the setting that they were creating and the background music that they had going on, the BGM, it kind of made me think, okay, this is where we're going a little bit, because AOA kind of had it, SF9 kind of had it.
Yep.
So I feel like we're going in this way. It makes sense. I guess it's popular now, and I like that they kind of switched it up, because it took it one way and then it switched it completely. So it was very interesting. It made me focus more on the song itself, because it was a little disoriented looking at like the very Western theme they had set up. But musically, and I feel like also lyrically, the song was very, very different. They were not really hinting at any of that imagery. But it was, I don't know, I think it was a very interesting take on like the Western theme visually. I also want to say that I do agree that this song to me sounds the most different from all of their discography.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that, because I think I've mentioned this before with GIDLE. I had found that a lot of their main tracks sounded quite similar, like in the chord progression or like the vibe that they had. But this is very different and it works. I feel like they're showing their range in this one for sure. And visually, everybody looks great. I liked all of the outfit choices, makeup choices. Shout out to Soojin. Is that her name? I think.
Yes.
Yes, the short hair I think really suits her.
I agree with that.
Yep.
So, in terms of the production team, it looks like most of the previous title tracks was a collaborative work between Soyeon and a Q producer called Big Sancho. Big Sancho, what a name. This was Chun Soyeon and Pop Time.
Pop Time. Do you know who they are? I don't know.
Pop Time is the guy who works with Zico on all of Zico's tracks and Blocky tracks. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, where the bouncy funness comes from.
Can I elaborate on a reference I made before, just so people are confused? So a kimchi western, right? I'll explain that.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
So there's western movies, right? And then there was a thing of there's a classic genre of music called spaghetti westerns, where it was Italian directors making western movies. You can look it up. It's a film term, right? Spaghetti western. So I call it kimchi western now when K-pop acts do western themes.
Their take on Western themes, yeah.
They take on western themes.
Remember when I said that it's gonna be a thing?
It is.
It is.
But
Now we have a word for it. Kimchi western, sir.
Kimchi western. You know, I hope one day they quote us on that.
You heard it here first, everyone.
Yeah,
Kimchi
you heard it
western.
here first, guys. Coined by Douglas Kim of the SojuTalk Kpop Podcast.
Lego.
Kimchi western.
I'm assuming both of you guys like this, but not enough to give it spicy, which I think is fair. I honestly think I like this more than the average person. But would you give it?
I'm kind of halfway, to be honest.
Okay, well,
I
half
honestly
isn't
might.
enough. I don't want to force it.
If you round, if you round 0.5 to the closest number, it's usually a 1. You know.
Well, you were at a 0.5 for other songs that we didn't give it to, so to be fair, I don't think we could give it.
Okay.
True.
Fair.
All right, but go check out GIDLE's DUMDi DUMDi, definitely my favorite track of the week. Other releases include Soyu. She also has a song now called Gotta Go.
Oh, wow.
We have
Right,
Ravi with Paradise featuring Ha Sung-un, Eric Nam's Paradise, Jesse's Nunu Nana, and Saturday with the song called Deep Deep Deep.
That's an old reference.
I know, but that is a song. We're now at a quick rewind. So back on episode 95, we reviewed G-Friend's Apple, which got certified spicy, and EXO Seichan's 1 billion views.
Apple. Banger.
Really, it's fallen off a little for me.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't listened to it that much since. I don't know.
I do not regret giving it certified spicy. That is
Okay.
a great song. I dig it still now. It's 3 weeks. Still dig it. Dig diggity dig. Dig dig dig. Digging dig.
You know, the billion views, I don't think I've listened to it since we reviewed it, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah, when I
Have you listened to it, Anita?
I have, but I think I watch it mostly for the music video. I think because there's a lot going on, and it's an interesting concept that they had going on with like I don't know, like virtual reality social media thing. But the song itself, I guess, was not. I kind of latched onto their solo pre-releases for this comeback. So if you
Okay.
haven't listened to them, yeah.
But I think that pretty much covers a quick rewind. But the K-pop oldie of the week is a legendary song. TVXQ Dongbang Shingi's Miradic from 2008.
Yes. Legendary.
If you have not seen Miradic, Mirotic, you have to check this out. This is on like a top 10 K-pop song of all time in terms of influence, I think.
Pretty much like a rite of passage, like cover song for guy groups almost, I think.
This is one of the most iconic songs of that
Yeah.
era, for sure.
So I like almost did a cover of this in high school.
Right? I feel like a lot of people did.
I know, everyone did. You know, like it was one of those songs.
Yeah. So go check out TVXQ's Miradic. Absolutely legendary song. But we are finally at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
All right, so for the show on Tuesday, there was no show or broadcast, so no winner for that one. But on Wednesday on Show Champion, Blackpink's How You Like That won. On Thursday, M Countdown, Sox 3 Beach Again had its first win. So this was their first win for the debut, basically, this unit.
Yep.
And then on Friday on Music Bank, Blackpink won once again. On Show Music Core on Saturday, Sock 3 won again. And Inkigayo on Sunday, Hwasa's Maria had its second win.
Yep. So How You Like That's at 13 wins, Beach Again's at 2, and Maria's at 2 as well. Shout out to Sock 3.
Yes.
Is Mnet and MBC related, Warren? They are,
Nope.
right? No, not at all. Okay.
Mnet is under CJ.
Oh, so I think it's interesting that they won their first show on a non-NBC, like because the show that they're from is on NBC, I believe, right? So
Yes.
it's interesting to me that they got their first win on Mnet.
It was really ironic because last Saturday they got their second win on Music Core, right? And then I think 2 time slots after Show Music Core is Hang Out With You, and on that episode of Hang Out With You they were like, oh, we didn't win, but that was because it was from the week before.
Right, pre-recorded.
Right. So I was like, that's
So the
right.
preview for this week's episode is them going to M Countdown, so they're gonna win. So that should be something cool to watch, I think.
oh, there was Red Velvet on the new episode. Somi was in the new episode.
Yeah, so go check out that show. Hang Out With You, I believe it's called, or How Do You Play is the other name.
Right.
Well, we are now at the end of part 1 of SojuTalk episode 98. If you are listening to the audio version, sit tight, and if you are on YouTube, head over to the episode 98 part 2 video. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.